Joining me ahead of his match is, of course, dramis. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me. Now, you've currently got a 4-1 record so far this season, and you're currently one of the strongest players within the division. How have things kind of changed for you, and have you sort of been changing up your practice regime at all?
So yeah, I definitely feel like I'm in a good spot at this stage, being in third, I believe. But yeah, my practice regimen has definitely changed. I'm doing more deathmatch all week. I'll just be playing like casual games for like 10 hours a week, and then I'll jump into duels for like about 10 hours as well. And I'll just be watching my opponents, studying the VOD while I'm doing the map picks, so I can like kind of pick with like what they're good with, what they're bad with. While I'm picking with them, I'll watch the videos of my recent matches with them. But as far as practice goes, I've switched where I've lived now, so now I'm in my own spot, just kind of like boot camping because I can focus now, so it's kind of nice. But as far as like practice goes, I guess it's stayed the same for the most part, but now I'm more like focused and I don't have any distractions in the back.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Nice. Yeah, very good to hear. And interesting you're sort of saying about the way you prepare for players. Obviously, this week you're going to be coming up against Nosfer, and he's a player that you've historically had quite close results with, really. What are your thoughts coming into this, and have you been preparing anything in particular?
Yeah, so definitely Nosfer's a good player. I feel like we have went back and forth. I think he won the first 2 times we played, and then I've won since then, but they've all been extremely close. To prepare for him, because I know he'll be on high ping. I've been trying to like play around that, so I know he's going to be like needing the railgun. He's going to need like the hit scan weapons because the rockets and all that don't work too well. So I'm going to try and play around that a little bit, and that's what I did with the like picks and bans as well. He kind of picked my champions that I'd play, and I picked his that he would play. So this is an odd matchup for sure.
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting. And speaking of Nosfer, obviously, as you mentioned, there's been a little bit of a slump in his performance recently. Do you kind of consider yourself the favourite going into this match, or is that not something that you try to think about too much?
I try not to think about that. I definitely take each opponent the same way. You can't take anybody lightly, regardless of if you think you're a better player or not. But no, I think we're definitely pretty even, and he has had a little bit of like a descend for the last stage, but it seems like he's coming back up for the finals, maybe, or maybe he's gotten used to the ping again. But yeah, he's definitely a good player, and I don't gotta shy away from him. He's good for sure.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see you guys take on each other this weekend. And obviously with the finals approaching as well, what do you feel are your chances of sort of taking home the belt? And has your practice regime kind of been focusing on your journey into the finals?
Yeah, so with the finals coming, I definitely feel like I could put my name on the belt. I know I'm good enough. It's a matter of like being consistent and, sticking with, I guess, just playing consistently throughout the entire tournament instead of just doing really well, losing to somebody I shouldn't lose to. And then, it's just too inconsistent. If I can keep it consistent, I think I could take the belt. And yeah, my practice has definitely switched to more like, when I play on the Europe servers, I'm playing on the European servers already on like deathmatch and all that to just get used to the ping. And where I live, it's not too high. It's basically what I would ping to West Coast. I'll ping to Europe, so it's not like a big difference, but I'm definitely trying to get ready for that as well. And I think I have a good chance of taking it if I can play consistently and just be in the right mindset for that day.
Yeah, so speaking about that mindset as well, obviously, outside of the practice coming into some of these games and into the finals, how do you kind of prepare mentally for some of them? Because I'm sure that's an important component of your composure coming into a match.
Oh yeah, so definitely leading up to the match, usually I'll do a certain thing all week. I'll get my practice in on Saturdays. I'll take the day to relax, and I'll play like maybe my set one time, and I'll just relax for that night. That way I can wake up and I'm just refreshed. Didn't play Quake all day the day before, and I'm just a fresh mind to play.
Well, I'm thoroughly looking forward to seeing you this weekend. Thank you once again for taking the time to speak to me, and best of luck in your match.